So today we hit a new low at 146, and man, it's just crazy how just the cut's been going, and I'm excited. So I just wanted to like check in with you guys and let you know what the weigh-ins we're looking at. We're, just dropping weight still, and we're feeling good in the gym. Last workout, my energy was like, like sometimes I forget I'm cutting, and that's the best way I can put like where my energy's at, that I even like forget. And it's kind of funny. I think sometimes people remind me like, wait, what about, I thought you were cutting and stuff, because I'm actually gonna help my parents paint their house tomorrow, and it's gonna probably take like a whole day thing. So my mom's like, well, do you want to bring your food? Like, do you want to do? And I'm like, oh yeah. Like, sometimes I'm like, I forgot. Like, yeah, I'm cutting, and I like eating the same foods. It just makes it easier for me. Just kind of, it just makes it easier. I know some people actually say that that's what they dread is maybe the food, but I actually like the foods I eat, so I look forward to them. So anyways, that just, it kind of just makes me laugh that I forget that I'm even cutting, because I think it's just something you get so used to, and it's just, you're just already used to it. Like us going to the gym, like people may say, oh wow, that's like such dedication, and I'm just like, oh really? Like I don't know, I just go, like, because it's just what I do. Like I just always go to the gym. Like it doesn't feel like, I don't know, like extra. It's just something that I do, and I just get it done. So I'm just happy with that, because I think in the beginning, before like we started the cut, I think I was a little scared. I was scared that it was going to be really hard, and maybe, and then I want to say there are some days that are harder than others, and that's why I like to tell you guys, because it's just nice to look back on and see, why was the cut hard, when was it hard, and then right now it's easy, and then maybe if it gets hard, I'll tell you guys. That way I just also want to know, like, okay, well, why is it hard? And like the last video, me expressing the hardest part about this cut is like, making it uncomfortable for other people, because when you're cutting, it's a little, it's funny because I feel like it's more, what do you call it? Like, just, I don't know, it just makes it kind of harder for other people when you're cutting, if that makes sense. I'm trying to think of the word for it. Inconvenient. There we go. Like it's almost like inconvenient for other people when you're cutting. And I want to say like that's like the hardest part right now, is like that it's inconvenient for other people because I'm like cutting and stuff. But for me, I'm totally fine with it. I think just me, the excitement I get with seeing how my physique is looking, how we perform in the gym, like that is more exciting to me. And that's what gets me, like, that's my goal. I'm like just focused on that. And that's why every time we come to the gym, like, I'm just like hyped, And so anyway, that's that's just a little update on that. And we're gonna go and train back in triceps, and I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and head into the gym. You guys remember the days where we would work out with no music, because I would use my phone. It's you guys, it's nice to like just get in the zone, listen to some good music and work out. It just makes the whole experience, I don't know, it's just really fun. I just really love working out. Okay, so we're gonna do some lat pull downs. And yeah, these are feeling really good. Um, I'm having to stop myself from adding weight, but let's go ahead and do the set. I think these are feeling better for me because I brought this one notch lower, and it just feels more secure. So guys, make sure you're feeling secure in your lifts, because you're just do so much better. Because before it was higher, And it'll just be, yeah, like it made a difference. So I mean, who knows? I probably was able to do it a notch down because, you know, we're leaner, lost some weight. It is funny how your thighs do get smaller. But yeah, let's go ahead and do, what else? Yes. I'm just having a good time. I'm just like, let me just sit here and enjoy this. Feel like just really been enjoying my workout, so I'm loving that. Okay, we're gonna go and do some rows next. Yes, that's what we're gonna go and do. Okay. Okay, so I think it's back day for everybody because all my back machines that I like using are taken. So we're just gonna do some rows with the cables today. Okay, it was a while since we've done cables, but this felt nice. Oh, just nice and controlled. I used to do this so fast, like in the beginning. So just weird because it didn't feel like it during the time. But then when you record yourself and you look at it, or if you work out with someone and they point that out. But let's see. After this, we'll do some high rows. So I don't know, just the excitement I get from lifting. I just feel like that surpasses any, like, you know, like, I don't get me wrong, I'm a huge foodie, but like just that feeling that you get when you come to the gym and you work out and like, I don't know, just it's something else. And to me that surpasses eating a, you know, big bag of chips or a bowl of ice cream, you know, whatever, you know, like just eating anything you want. And, you know, because I know that's like one of the hardest things for people is that they'd rather, you know, eat something really yummy, but you need to figure out how to find that with working out, like at least a glimpse of that. Because like I told you guys, when we had our free meal like last month, I I actually thought it was like underwhelming because I'm just like, man, I actually get more excitement from the gym than, you know, like, yeah, maybe a nice meal is really yummy. It's really amazing. But I don't know, it still doesn't beat a good workout. And that's why I just really look forward to just coming to the gym and just working out. I mean, as simple as that, it really brings me a lot of happiness. But let's go ahead and do our high rows. And yeah, this will be our last movement for back. And then we're going to do some rear delts and triceps. Ooh. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so rear delts. What did we do last time that I really loved? I'm trying to think. Nah, that was for shoulders. Never mind. I mean, rear delts are part of the shoulder, but uh, let's go and find a cable that's open. It is funny. I feel like all the back machines are taken, all the cables are taken. We'll see. Sometimes, like I said, I ask to work in with some people. So usually when I work in, I don't record. So we'll see what happens, or you guys will see in the next clip. Oh. Okay, so we found some cables. So we're gonna do some rear delts. And yeah, just start with your weak side first. And if you're doing single arm stuff, give yourself that little rest. It does help. I would go right into it and I would already be winded because I didn't like give myself that little break because you're still working hard, you know, even if it's just one arm. So forgot to turn on my music. And then we will do a nice little transition on triceps. So I like when it just kind of plays out that way that the next movement you're going to do, you're already using that machine. So we'll do triceps next with this, and then we have one more movement for triceps. And you know, you guys will see. One more movement for triceps. But you didn't need to hear me say that because you will see that next. Okay. And it's open, so let's go ahead over there. Okay, I couldn't figure out what this machine was called, so that's why I was like, one more thing for triceps, but it's called the Hammer Strength Tricep Extension. Saying that so I can remember. Hammer Strength. Okay, so we're gonna do, this is our last thing, and then we'll do some posing. Whew. Oh, that one just gives it a nice stretch, and I don't know, I really like this one. I didn't used to like it because I didn't know how to set it up correctly. Then I messed around with it some more, and then I'm like, oh, now I feel it. So I kind of am doing this one and just took out the seated dips because we would just, you know, I think I need like a belt for that, but since we're not doing that, I'm just going to use this instead of that because I would like be lifted up and it would just be kind of like a little impractical. So these still do the trick. I like these. So let's go ahead and do some posing. It's really forecasted, but maybe that's a good thing because usually I always think it's too bright. So Let's do some back poses and then we'll do some tricep poses. We'll do the lat spread. Guys, I've been being kind of hard on myself because I am upset that when we do the lat spread, I feel like I'm not really opening my back. So I hope I get it this time. Okay. Okay, let's hope that was something. It's always a hit or miss. Okay, then double bicep from the back. Oh yeah. So every time I do the gosh, I don't know what it's called. I can't think right now. You know, the back pose, but tilted. I've been doing it too much. And it was funny because my brother does bodybuilding and he's pretty good at posing. So he's usually giving me some tips. And he was just like, wait, you've been doing it like all the way. Like, no wonder why you're losing balance. It's like, you just need to do it slightly. But we'll see. I'll try right now and see if I do it correctly. But you guys know I need some work on my posing. So I might take him up on his offer. He told me that, you know, he's like, hey, if you want me to help you, I'll help you. Because sometimes it just helps having someone point out little things. You know, it's almost like lifting. It's just nice to have that second eye. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna take him up on that because posing does a huge difference. It can make your physique look way better because it's like, you know, when you're doing, you know, all the poses, you need to suck in, you need to do the vacuum, you need to open up. I know, just like a lot of things. I mean, hey, I'm not the expert here, but posing does do a big difference and I need to be on top of that. Because I don't want to be, you know, every time we're here practicing the posing, I don't want to be practicing it the wrong way, you know. So we'll get on top of that. Hopefully soon. I will take him up on his offer. So let's do the side back pose. I need to ask him, like, what do I do with my hips? I'm not really sure either. Okay, and we'll see if that's right. Sometimes I feel like I twist too much and then I create a shadow, but yeah. Let me get closer. Like to just do, you know, honestly, this isn't a pose, but how do I pose or flex my rear delt? Like, so every time I do this, it just kind of helps me see my rear delts, how they're looking. So I really don't know how or what pose people do for that. But yeah, let's do a tricep pose. Let's do a front lat spread. Okay. Let's see. This one is so tricky for me. Because like I don't see any lats popping out, so. Yeah. I must be doing that wrong because I feel like, okay, I'm totally doing it wrong because I'm like, why is this one actually come up? Yeah. That would need some work. Feel like I feel like that actually might be it. Yeah. Let's do one more lat spread just because that one it's like almost that reassurance. You know, actually, now that I see it, because there's like the door here, I feel like my front lat spread actually looks pretty good from, I don't know. Maybe, maybe I just overthink it. Because this one too, before, when I would do that one, I would have my arms over here, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't know I had to like bring them out. I feel like it probably shows your shoulders better. But I believe that's it for posing. I'm gonna go ahead and do some cardio. So I'll see you guys after that. Okay, so just finished cardio, and I was thinking of what I was saying earlier in the beginning, how, because in a way it's like it it's easy now, but I don't want to like take the value out of when you put work into something. So like, you know, me saying like, oh, going to the gym, sticking with it, it's easy. I guess I'm saying it's easy because it's almost like you're making a promise to yourself. You know, like with what you say matters. Like if you're going to say something, it has weight to it, and you're not just saying it. And when you start doing that for yourself, you're going to start to realize that you can get a lot done. You know, and just realizing like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to start, you know, putting work into researching what is going to be, you know, the best training for me and the best training split with my lifestyle, and like, you know, starting to put, you know, meaning to what you're saying instead of just saying it, because it just sucks. Because I guess I'm saying before I would, you know, put like weight to my words, I I would always say something, and then I would say, oh, who are you kidding? You're not going to stick with it. You're not going to do it. And letting those words power, like have more power than truly what I want. So when you just start to like realize like, okay, well, what do I want to listen to? The words that I feel I will be more happy with in the end, and you know, gets me closer to my goals, or the words that are easier to just follow through, like, okay, yeah, I won't do it then, or it's fine. And I guess I'm saying the more you choose those words over the bad, it does become easy, because you're almost like showing yourself like you're capable, and you can do it. If you say something, you're going to do it, you know, and not in a bad way, like, you know, it's going to benefit you. And so not, it's like almost a silly thing. Why not always choose that? What is going to benefit you? You're going to choose those, you know, statements that you give yourself, like, oh, I'm going to follow through with this cut. I'm going to follow through with eating better. I'm going to follow through with going to the gym, and realizing that it's going to spread throughout other things you say in your life, you know. And I think that's why I'm saying like it was hard in the beginning because I wasn't like that, but then it gets easier because you realize like it just benefits you picking, you know, those statements over the bad. And that's why it's like it's a journey. And I wanted to bring that up because, you know, if you're in the middle of it or in the beginning of like, you know, you say something but you don't follow through with it, like, don't worry. Like, you know, we all start somewhere, but the more you choose the words that, you know, if you say something you do follow through with it, it's like that promise you made to yourself. And it you know, makes you feel good that with what you say means something. And also like how you treat others, you know, you say something and you're going to follow through. It's like, well, if I said I was going to be there, I'm going to be there, you know. And it's like if you were to do that for someone else, like, why not for yourself? and and I know that one's harder because we can give excuses for ourselves, and we're just like, ah, it's okay, like it doesn't, I don't have to, you know, it's fine. And you know, it is easier, but that's why I tell you guys this: the more you pick the things that are closer to towards your goals and what you truly care about, it does become easier, because just the way that you feel towards like knowing that it's possible and that you can make that possible, it just feels so good. But yeah, I guess that's why it has been really like at ease. But that's why I told you guys, like, me trying to like make other people understand is very hard, because I get a lot of people telling me things that I'm just like, oh, I mean, I don't know about that because, with me doing this cut, people, around me say, oh, you must be grumpy all the time. And I'm like, wait, what? And I think that's interesting because I talk to other people that, have really dieted before. And they also agree with me, like, you aren't really grumpy, because it's like you chose this. You chose to go on a diet. You chose to be in a deficit. It's like, why are you gonna be angry about it? Why would you take that out on other people? Like, and what I've said too is like what you get from being on a cut, like the outcome, like the way you see yourself and the way you're like or looking, like that enjoyment like surpasses, having like, I guess anything like eating anything in sight kind of, feeling or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, just interesting how you know, that is something that people correlate doing a cut. Like you're gonna be, I guess, and be a negative person to be around or be grumpy. And I guess that's the thing. I think everyone has different values of like what they are focused on. Because I'm not focused on the food right now. And it is what it is. Because I told you guys, I do love food, but I'm not gonna put my focus on it. So I'm like, yeah, it's it's fine. I'm putting my focus on how my physique is looking because I'm very excited. It excites me. And and to me, like, yeah, like that's where my focus is. And that's why it is nice when you are doing something and you are seeing results. It really truly helps because it's just like, okay, just got to put the time into it and the results will show. But let's see. I think that's all I really want to touch on. And I mean, and of course there's those other comments like that's no way to live, like being on a cut. But that one's also a funny one because it's like you're not going to be on a cut the rest of your life, and after we do reach our goal, it's like, yeah, I will be eating like, oh, on the weekends having a good meal and all that stuff, but also staying track during the week and stuff. And like, as in like, it's not going to affect you crazy, but when you do have a goal in mind, it's easier just to stay focused on that and just go hard onto the cut. Because like I told you guys before, like, yeah, we can have free meals and stuff, but it does set us back a little bit. Not, it's not going to make the cut impossible, but it sets us back. And I'm just too eager. I'm like, nah, I don't need it. Like, let's just keep going. And so it's just us like a slow pace and it just makes it easier. And that's just my opinion because, this is my journey and that's how I want to go about it. And right now that's been, the way I've been enjoying doing that because we did have a free meal like last month and it did set me back a little bit, but we got back to the normal way and then we started losing again. But in a way, I didn't really feel like I cared for it. As in, like, no, the food was amazing, but I'm just like, I just want to reach my goal, man. I just want to like get to it. And so that's why, like, that's where my head's like mindset's at right now. And yeah, just I'm also curious because I know a lot of you guys said you were doing a cut too, for the summer. So let me know how that's going for you guys. And I hope, you know, you also like, I know that you might get some comments possibly about, because like I told you guys, it's almost like it's inconvenient for everyone else. But I also want to know, like, I hope you do have other people that are very supportive and if not, like, hopefully you guys can connect with other people in the comment section because I love that you guys are so nice to each other and can, if anything, just be like a little bit of a support system, like, oh man, like, no, just keep at it, you're doing great and stuff like that. Because sometimes that's all it is. Like, it's just a nice comment to like keep you going and it helps. It really does. So I mean it helps, like that's I'm like it helps for me. Like you guys are just so supportive and it's nice. And I'm checking in on you guys too. Like how's your guys' cut going? How's the whole training process? How that's all going? Because it should be enjoyable. And I want you guys to experience that if you're in the beginning and it's a little tricky. I hope you start realizing like, it needs it, not that it, well, maybe it does need a, because, you want to stay consistent with it. It should be enjoyable. But you know, because even this cut is enjoyable. So let's go ahead and end it there, and I will see you guys for. I feel like I haven't been able to talk. I'm gonna drink some more water. We just finished cardio, you guys. um, I am gonna end it there, and I will see you guys for lower body. Okay, bye guys.